Oh my goodness, folks. Hello. What's up? Good morning. Good early morning. Early morning. Sometimes with music like that, you just got to let it do the talking. You know what I'm saying? It's good to be back. This is Michael in the wee hours of the dead of night on the graveyard shift, where we can always have strong coffee going. Good, strong coffee. With your daily trivia question, once again, a little bit of history. So good to have you with me. Thanks for staying up. Happy hump day. All right, let's get right to it, folks. The answer to the previous trivia question, if you weren't able to get it, and a lot of the younger generation might not have been able to get it, although I'd be surprised. I'm surprised by the younger generation a lot. And then sometimes not so surprised. But anywho, the answer was the epic religious movie Ben-Hur from 1959. Ben-Hur is what is known in movie classifications, again, as an epic religious film. I had no idea there was an actual classification for that, but apparently there is. Ben-Hur is in one of them, like movies like Passion of the Christ. They all fall under this category. Ben-Hur is one of the best that there is, without question, starring the one and only Mr. Charlton Heston of the NRA fame, of course, and other movies. He was the title and lead character. It was a huge undertaking in 1959. Ben-Hur was. It was the largest movie budget ever at the time at $15 million, a little over, I do believe, if my research serves me correctly. One of the biggest sets ever seen. There's a famous chariot race, which I'll talk a little bit about. There was 18 acres in and of itself, right? It was a staff of 100 wardrobe fabricators to make all of the costumes, which it won awards for. A workshop employing 200 artists and workmen. Filming that lasted 12 to 14 hours at 6 days a week. There were over 200 camels, 2,500 horses, and 10,000 plus extras used. Again, it was a huge undertaking. This is the late 1950s, right? So let that set in. Put that kind of in perspective. Filming commenced on May 18th, 1958, and wrapped up on January 7th, 1959. That is, the movie was clocked in at over 3 hours long, and it was just an epic movie. Now let that set in. That's 8 months. 8 months to put this movie together. Unheard of in today's day and age. That kind of quality. When you really think about it. Today it takes 8 months just to get the script approved and find the location, for goodness sakes. But anywho, let's talk about the story, right? The storyline, the plot. AD 26 in Jerusalem is the setting, the foundation. It tells the story of a man named Judah Ben-Hur, again played by Charlton Heston, who winds up incurring the wrath of a childhood friend who became a Roman tribune and ends up forcing Ben-Hur into a life of slavery while witnessing the cruel persecution of his family. He seeks freedom throughout the movie while harboring dreams of vengeance on behalf of his family. He was sent to the galleys of such, right, by his childhood friend who joined the Roman Empire, something along those lines. He overcomes these feelings of vengeance through epic battles at sea and this absolutely incredible masterpiece chariot race that is considered, and I quote, in historical perspective, the finest example of the use of the motion picture camera to record an action sequence. I found that in my research, and I agree with it wholeheartedly 100%. If you've never seen the original 1959 Ben-Hur chariot race, I highly recommend you see the whole movie, but more specifically the chariot race, just to look at the cinema, for the action film and how that was filmed, and just the masterminds that went into that. It's an incredible piece of film history, without question. Ben-Hur won entirely too many awards to list on all levels. I alluded to and mentioned and cited some of them in the original trivia question. And it appears on just about every single the best of lists when it comes to screenplay. There were just pages upon pages of the awards it won and all of these best of lists that it appears on. when it comes to screenplays, movies, stories, acting, anything, costume, anything else you can think of, Ben-Hur really did it all. And it still stands the test of time, folks. A couple of cool geek factoids. Ben-Hur is actually a remake of a 1925 silent film. A lot of people don't know that, and I did not know that either. It is a similar title, and it was adapted from a novel published in 1880. So its origins go way, way back. The 1959 Ben-Hur is not the original story plot. It's not the original script. Goes way, way back in its origins. And of course it was remade recently. I'm not too familiar with the most recent Ben-Hur because I think that it kind of in and of itself flopped. You can't it's one of those movies you can't really redo and do it better. Not the 1959 Ben-Hur, I'm sorry. Have you ever seen Ben-Hur before is my question. It is an absolute must-see. You should see the 1959 Ben-Hur movie with Charlton Heston once before you die, no matter how old you are, no matter what generation you come from Y to Z to X, you really should sit down and watch the whole thing and some of these very epic scenes like the chariot race and the sea battles and so forth, without question. The chariot race, again, is one of the best scenes in movie history. You can probably catch it this weekend. Come to think of it, this Easter weekend when it is usually shown every holiday, Holy Week. We're in Ash Wednesday right now, Good Friday, and then Easter Sunday. And at some point in time, I guarantee you're going to be able to find it on 500 channels of nothing to watch, without question, along with the other religious movies of the day and era and time. Ben-Hur, check it out. All right, folks, like I'm fond of saying, let's get over that hump day. No matter how you get over it, whether you crawl, whether you jump, if you're like me, you try and go around or go through it as older as you get, like me. Anywho, let's get to let's do all that and then some, but start the day off with a brand new trivia question for April 5th. Here we go. Check this out. On this day, in 1792, George Washington, none other than the first president of the United States, is the first president, speaking of which, to do this after receiving a bill introducing a new plan for dividing seats in the House of Representatives that he believed was not prescribed by the Constitution. And he was right, too. Good luck, folks. Have a wonderful Wednesday. A happy hump day. Get ready. Peace out.